Are you tired of the same old, boring Terraria classes? Well, introducing the brand new Guardian class. Step up your gameplay with the all-new unique mechanics from the Guardian class. Block your enemy's attack and make sure they get what they paid for. Not only shields, this class also introduces gauntlets. Use these gauntlets to feast your enemies into oblivion. Now that I got your attention, let me explain how this entire Guardian class shenanigans work. All you need to do is install the Orchid mod from the mod browser and you're good to go. This video serves as both a showcase and a loadout guide for players that want to play as the Guardian class. Guardian class is made of 5 weapon types aka subclasses. All these subclasses synergize well with one another, allowing a very interesting combat experience. The Guardian class uses 2 custom resources, guards and slams, symbolized by shields and swords respectively. Puffies. Puffies, or also known as shields, are the bread and butter and the main weapon of the Guardian class. Every puffies can be used by left and right clicking, consuming either a guard or a slam charge. Right click or blocking will have the puffies turn solid, but it won't be able to move anymore. In that state, enemies and projectiles can be physically blocked and slash or pushed by the puffies. Any enemy hit by a puffies will be unable to deal damage to the player for a period of time depending on the block duration. The first enemy or projectile block will always give the player 1 slam charge. Left click or shield slamming will cause the shield to slam forward, dealing damage. A lot of shields have effects triggered by slamming, such as releasing projectiles. Slam distance is affected by melee speed. The best reforged for puffies is Empyrean. WARHAMMERS. WARHAMMERS can be used to generate guard charges that the player can use with puffies. Holding the left mouse button will charge the Warhammer throw, and a fully charged throw will recover guard or slam charges depending on the Warhammer used. The player can right-click while charging a Warhammer to deliver a melee swing, giving a charge bonus if they hit. Warhammer's goal is to fill the class downtime in combat, such as moments where the player has to dodge attacks instead of blocking them while they recover resources. This being said, they can still be used as slow but powerful weapons by swinging multiple times, decimating foes at melee range. Warhammer charge time is affected by melee speed. The best reforge for Warhammers is Legendary. Runes. Runes require slam charges to be used. Upon use, they create lingering projectiles or effects around the player. Runes allow continuous damage after being summoned. However, they require accurate positioning around the target to deal damage, and often get the player too close to dodge comfortably, complementing the use of puffies and gauntlets at close range. Runes can be charged by holding the left click, and charging gradually will reduce the slam charge cost. Above 66% charge, the rune is free to use, and at 100% charge, the rune is reinforced, summoning additional projectiles. Using a rune while it is already active instantly gives some charge time based on its remaining effect time, helping to refresh them during battle. The best reforge for runes is Godly. Gauntlets. Gauntlets can be used to constantly attack enemies at the cost of range and defensive capabilities. They are a more offensive alternative to shields, as they're able to dish out more damage but riskier to use. Right-clicking will start a parry, negating the next hit on the player, and give you 1 slam charge. Gauntlets often have effects triggered by successfully parrying, such as buffing the player or improving their punches. Holding the left click will charge the gauntlet, delivering a powerful punch on full charge. Unlike shields, gauntlets can be used to attack without spending slam charges. But if a slam charge is available and the hit is not fully charged, it will be consumed to fully charge the punch. Okay, here is the logic. The player has 2 arms, and thus 2 gauntlets, which means each arm can be controlled independently, aka you can parry using left arm and punch using right arm. Melee speed improves charge time, but the punch speed is not affected. The best reforge for gauntlet is Empyrean. Standards. Standards provide buffs and helpful effects rather than spawning damaging projectiles. They can be used as an alternative to Warhammers, providing guard or slam charges depending on the item used. They have to be fully charged in order to trigger their effect, continuously applying it to all players or enemies that remain around the Guardian. The range of a standard is shown by an aura appearing around the player. And yes, the buff works in multiplayer. Fully charging them again will reinforce them with stronger effects that only apply to the Guardian player. Standards cannot be reforged, as they don't have any stats. I know all these mechanics might sound a bit complex, but trust me, it is much easier in practice. Loadout Guide. To get started, you can craft a wooden puffies, but you'll also need a Warhammer. You can either find one in surface chest, or find bamboo in the surface jungle to get your hands on the bamboo Warhammer and armor set, which is the first Guardian armor. Finally, bamboo armor. If you can mine enough ore, you'll be able to craft a basic standard, puffies, gauntlet, and Warhammer. As you progress through pre-hard mode, you should be able to find plenty of upgrades and accessories for Guardian. Here are some important ones. The Wall of Flesh can be pretty difficult for Guardians. Before you fight it, Make sure to get the full Meteor Warden set. Gather some Hellstone to craft the Warhammer Grunt, and get sticks from Shadow Chest. Here are two builds I enjoyed using against the wall. The first one uses the synergy between the Queen Bee accessories and the Queen's Rune to clear the Hungries and help reach the wall. The second one uses the Badge of Battle's Past and the Spouting Shield Spike to maximize our damage while blocking with sticks. Upon entering hard mode, you should use a new ores to upgrade your gear as soon as possible. If you like playing with gauntlets, you can craft a powerful one with Spider Fangs. The Destroyer should be the easiest mech boss to deal with as a Guardian. As soon as you defeat a mechanical boss, you can craft the Svalin Puffies to take down the other two. Use the mechanical boss's drop to craft the Hollow Tier of Guardian gear. Travel to the underground jungle to defeat Plantera. After defeating Plantera, you can go to the dungeon to obtain Ectoplasm and craft the Spectre Puffies. Most importantly, Tyr's Hand is dropped by Paladins. It is the best weapon in the mod for you Gauntlet players out there. Enter the jungle temple to summon and fight the Golem. Golem should be very easy to deal with as a Guardian. Golem drops a Temple Warhammer, the best Warhammer in the mod. Now your main priority should be defeating the Empress of Light for a powerful Guardian armor. The Empress armor has two different chest plates you can use based on your playstyle, improving your damage with runes or defensive capabilities with Puffies. Upon obtaining the Empress Guardian armor, you want to head to the dungeon to defeat the Lunatic Cultist. Take down the Lunar Pillars and use the Horizon Fragments to craft the Terminus Shield. It is extremely powerful. And the Horizon Firmament. Horizon Firmament is a special weapon that doesn't fit into a specific subclass, but is rather a hybrid between Standard and Gauntlet. Here is the setup you should currently have. With the Empress Guardian Armor, Terminus Shield, and Horizon Firmament, you are pretty much set and ready to fight against the final boss of Vanilla Terraria, Moonlord. Defeating Moonlord will reward you with the most powerful Guardian Armor set, the Horizon Armor, and of course some endgame weapons to go along with it. As you've noticed, the Guardian class specializes in high burst target damage, and is the best at controlled fights. During invasions, Guardians are really good at controlling multiple enemies by pushing them around, and obliterating them all at once. Defeated enemies will drop guard pickup items similar to Mana Stars. As long as you master and utilize the 5 subclasses of Guardian, you won't even notice the downtime of this class. It is such a fresh and interesting experience. And don't worry, this class works in multiplayer. Make sure to report any issues you may find to Uncle Vervain. It will also get cross-content with Thorium Mod down the line. Play this class alone or with your friends. I can assure you, your friends will love you for doing it. Be the Guardian to your friends and in your own life. Happy belated birthday, Uncle Vervain. This video is for you. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to help me reach 300k subs before the end of the year. And use code GETGOOD in Terraria.shop. Thank you and see ya. Bye-bye.